Hello and welcome to the latest edition of the Gogglebox Live. I'm your host, Alex Varley. And today we have even more amazing content for you on the show. Today's topics will cover stories from Strictly Come Dancing all the way to Britain's first moon landing. Now, let's go to this week's news. Twilight actress Kristen Stewart revealed that she fears she will be murdered because her whereabouts are constantly being revealed on social network sites. I don't think you need to worry, Kristen, your acting really isn't that bad. Due to a technical hitch, Scottish viewers were unable to see Michael Vaughan's performance on Strictly Come Dancing this week. God, the Scots always get all the look. Also, people have been moaning about how cold it is on the 5-week run up to Christmas. Well, what do you get when you cross a snowman with a vampire? Frostbite. Thank you for that. So here with us today we have Cole, who is in the college band Inspector Ross, and I'm very pleased to inform you that Inspector Ross will be playing at the end of the show. But in the meantime, I'm feeling a bit jazzy. Can you give us a bit of jazz? So, Cole, how long has your band been together?
We've been together for about a year now. We met in college. For our course, we got put into bands. We didn't really know each other, but it's turned out to be an exceptional. It's been really good.
Sounds pretty good. Have you got any upcoming shows that you'd like to promote on the show?
Yes, we've got one coming up on the 18th of December in the Create Theatre, free for everybody. So come and enjoy.
I was wondering, why did you have the name Inspector Ross? It's kind of a peculiar name, so why?
Yeah, it was sort of by chance, basically. We were really struggling on names, so that's what we came up with.
Inspector Ross, it kind of sounds like Inspector Gadget in a way, I think. Was it kind of anything to do with that, or not?
No, not really. It was just by chance.
And what are your band's influences?
We like to listen to bands like The Fray, Script. They're our biggest influences. So.
Do you enjoy going to watch live bands?
Yeah, we do it quite a lot. We like go and watch live bands just to get inspiration, not copy, but just see what they do, see if we can get our stuff better.
Have you ever thought about going on things like talent shows?
No, I find them quite fake.
Okay.
So just it's a money-making scheme.
Yeah, I agree with that one. What is have you always been into music, or is it just is it a new thing that you're into? Because I know some people get fads and then they go into stuff.
Yeah. Well, I only got into it when I was at school, basically. So I wasn't too young when I started. I was 13, 14 when I started music. I just see it as a future goal. So. Are
you gonna carry on after college, and are you gonna go to uni, or do you want to?
That's what I'm planning on doing. Going to uni, taking music performance.
So you're doing music performance, not music tech?
Yeah, I'm doing music performance.
Are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, it's really good. It's not just music performance. You do learn little bits of music tech, music theory as well. So
yeah. On Saturday nights, obviously it's taken up by things like the X Factor, Strictly Come Dancing. What do you think about all these talent shows? Obviously you said that you think that they're fake and they're just money making, but have you got a bit of more in depth to that?
Not really. It's just. Oh God, I don't know.
Do you think the X Factor in a way? Do you think it's killing music? So I personally don't. I think Britain's Got Talent is, as you said, fake money making. That's all it is. Do you think it's kind of killing music for people obviously you've got artists on there like Rylan. I wouldn't call him an artist. But
yeah, he's a bit of a disappointment to X Factor. It's not that X Factor's that good, to be honest. But when there's bands like us trying to work his way up without not going to talent shows, then you get talent like that getting through.
Yeah, but the thing is, you could be like a really good band. Well, you are a good band, but I think somebody like Ryan is kind of like a Butlins person, like a redcoat.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely is. Yeah.
But obviously you've got your band with you, so could they do a bit for us? Just a bit of backing music, so we can have a chat and. So Cole, as you said that you love music and everything, it's obviously you've told me your inspirations, but why do you think they inspire you so much? Because I like all music, but yeah, why these certain bands like the Fray? I think you said, why are they your inspirations?
I think it's because well, a lot of artists do it for the money, but I think they're really passionate about it and they have real meaning to the songs. So. Have
you heard of an artist called it's Jake Bugg? He's from Nottingham.
Yeah.
Have you heard of him?
I have, yeah.
Would you want to go and see him live?
Yeah, I think he's got incredible talent.
I think he's really good. And the thing about him is that he's unique, like you guys. And do you think like being unique, because like the X Factor, I think they're all the same. Yeah,
a lot of these, it's a lot of pop and I'd say auto tune.
What are you guys? So you're not a pop group, are you?
No. I couldn't really say what music we do, to be honest. That's because we're unique. So.
Would you play anything? I mean, obviously you're not going to be you're not going to be a choir group or anything like that. But no. Would you play anything? Like from heavy metal to just like. I wouldn't
go as far as heavy metal. I go like to just like normal rock. We do pop. We've got a range of talent, so we can adapt easily. So.
Do you play in any bands outside of college, or is this your main band?
This is my main band, yeah.
Yeah. What instruments do you play? Because I can see over there you play the keyboard, but do you play anything else?
I play guitar. I play guitar, keyboard, and sings.
Are you just like a natural talent then that you can play the majority of things?
Yeah, I'm a prodigy.
Are you? Was it your choice to be like the vocalist, or was there a bit of a discussion that these guys wanted to do it?
Well, we have got a few band members that can actually sing, but I'd put myself forward. So.
Are they not the best at singing then? I mean,
they're all right, I suppose.
I don't want to cause any conflict, but they all seem like pretty good musicians.
Yeah, they are.
I can see the drummer over there.
Just about.
Yeah, but why? Like the song that you're going to be singing at the end of the show, what was the inspiration behind that? Obviously, nobody's going to be able to listen to it until the end, but why did you create that song? And
basically, for our course at college, it's a songwriting, and we had quite a lot of themes on paper to pick from, and one theme was a girl splitting up from a boyfriend.
Okay.
And like just saying that how much they want each other back and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Do you know, like, because obviously we've been talking about like stuff like music, and you've just talked about that you had to write the song for college. If you wasn't at college, do you think that you would have been in a band?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I really do.
And you obviously you're in a band, but would you? I'm trying to think how to word this one now because it's a bit confusing. But do you think this could be like a career path for you to be a performer?
Yeah. I think it's for all of us, not just me. It's just so passionate and just want it so bad. So.
Okay. But speaking of talent, Bruce Forsyth is rumoured to be taking the rest of Strictly Come Dancing following the current series. It's only to be expected. After all, performing once a week at his age must be a huge strain. It seems the BBC is seeking a younger presenter to step in should Brucey leave. Current names in the frame include professional dancer from the show, Anton Dubeck, and Brucey's co-host, Tess Daly, being replaced with Claudia Winkleman. But the early favourite is spiritedly 81-year-old Ronnie Corbett. What do you think? Do you think Bruce should still have the limelight, or do you think it should be given to guys like you?
I don't really know much about it, but I've watched bits and I think he makes it, which is like his catchy phrase and his like cheesy jokes.
You said he's cheesy. I was about to say that, but do you think he's a bit too cheesy?
I think eventually there'll be a point where younger people will take his job.
Well, as I said, he's 84, and my dad's half that age, and to be honest, I wouldn't even trust him with a remote control. But time to move on now before I morph into Sir Bruce. But if he does leave the show and Ronnie takes over, I'm sure it will only be a small step for Ronnie, but a giant leap for Bruce. So good news for all space in. Thanks, everyone. So good news for all space enthusiasts in Britain. You may be able to go to the moon if Project Orion goes well. Project Orion is Britain's attempt of actually sending someone to the moon for the first time. In the time it's taken us to send one person to the moon, NASA have sent 24 people. And out of those 24, 12 people have actually walked on the moon. I mean, it's not like they're trying to show off, but, you know. Anyway, if we send a man to the moon, we have to remember we're British. As soon as we get there, we're going to complain about the weather. That's what we always do. Everybody knows the near disaster of the Apollo 13 that NASA sent to the moon when they nearly ran out of oxygen. Scientists are predicting a similar disaster might happen if the Brits run out of tea bags. The silly Brits. Okay, well, time to run that VT.
I think yes and no, because I mean I think people would enjoy it if they're into that sort of stuff, but then no, because probably a lot of people actually do find it quite boring.
Well, it's their choice really, it's their opinion. If they like space, they like space. If they don't like space, they don't like space.
Yeah, because there's 4 people, 2 of them do, 2 of them don't, and it's all like, why? You should all do. It's all like, why? You should all do.
Yeah, I think they should. It'd be bloody amazing just to see that people are finally getting onto the moon.
Yeah, it's achievement really, isn't it? If you got like someone on the moon, it's like, yeah, we got someone on the moon finally. And also some people think like some stuff on the moon, so it'd be good to like explore again and get like more things. Some people think like aliens on there, something living there, so you could go, maybe find out.
Yeah.
You could go, maybe find out.
Yeah.
Beneficial, no, but they probably learn more about the moon and it might be made out of cheese.
No. Because it costs so much to get up there. Yeah, it costs too much.
Yeah. It'd be alright. Yeah. It'd be alright.
Yeah, I think we could live on the moon. I mean, blooming awesome, just like walking around and randomly being able to jump and fly like 100 meters or something.
Well, I don't know if we could, but it'd be great to imagine doing like Olympics on the moon. Long jump would be different records, wouldn't it? You'd be like diving everywhere, and you'd be like, boom, and then 100 meters, you'd be like, jumping. Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah. Listen. This is, you're walking around, you've got Jono on floor. Jono's all like, Jono's your best mate. He's like 2 years younger than you, but he's still your best mate. You've been mates with him for like 6 years. Right? You used to be on Earth with him, but then you're on Moon. And then it's all like, you're floating around like, oh bloody hell, I'm floating. And then you see Jono walking by, you're like, you alright Jono? Jono's like, I see Jono walking by. So yeah, we could. That's what I see as the future. That's what I see as the future.
We could if we went further than the moon, because I mean, America's probably been up there and bloody killed all the buggers or took them to like Area 51 or something. But if we like go to other places, then yeah, definitely. Hell yeah, awesome.
No. Yeah, definitely. Defo. Yeah, definitely.
I'd like to say sorry about the sound in that clip. But now, as you can see, we've got a different guest. I'd like to welcome Ben to the show. Ben, could you play Ben a bit of music? I love these guys.
Thank you.
Ben, what do you think after seeing that clip?
Well, personally, it's a great achievement for any country to send somebody to the moon. Anybody to go to the moon would be great, but especially somebody from our own country. I'd like to see it.
Mm. Do you think that we should really be sending a man to the moon in these austere times?
At the moment, no. Not while we're in such debt and financial crisis. What's the point in spending more money on? It's a great project, and like I said, it'd be lovely to see somebody go to the moon, but we can't afford it. What's the point in that? What's the point in putting ourselves in even more trouble?
I know, but if we compare it to something like the Olympics, for example, everybody moaned about that. It's like, oh, we haven't got enough money. When the Olympics came around, everybody was buzzing and everybody just wanted a bit of the Olympics, and everybody's tuning into BBC One.
Yeah, the Olympics was great, but I think personally, sport is much more popular than it would be space travel. More people would like to see something like Usain Bolt run the world record 100 meters again and watch somebody go to the moon. I mean, people would still watch him go to the moon, but through popularity and what we'd make out of it, the Olympics is much better and it was a much stronger thing for us to do.
To be honest, sometimes struggle getting off the bus, never mind getting a rocket into orbit. Well, thank you for giving us thanks for giving us your opinion on that segment. Now to a survey that is suggesting that drivers aged 17 to 24 should not be allowed to drive at night. So, Ben, you as a young driver, what do you think to this survey?
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. It's one of the stupidest surveys going around. I mean, I spent the best part of £1,000 to take my lessons, pass my theory and pass my test. You know, for them to turn around and say, "Oh no, you're not allowed to drive at night. No, we're not going to let you. We're going to take away some of your privileges." I mean, why? It's just ridiculous. What's the point in that?
Yeah, I fully agree with you, and that's the as you can see on screen, that's a survey that we've pulled off a website. Have you ever had an accident, Ben? Whilst driving?
No, I haven't. I've not been anywhere near an accident. I'm not got involved in any accidents. The worst I've done is I've broke down on the side of the road. But other than that, I've not been involved in anything. Not even in somebody else's car. Not around anything. I've not seen one happen. You know.
Were you in tears when you broke down? Was you?
I was devastated because I was working. I was devastated. I was pulled up the side of the road on a hill. Like, well, this is not the best situation to be in right now.
I know, but for example, in Australia, they already restrict young drivers. So why not in this country? Why not?
Well, drivers there, they can learn younger ages. I think 16. Yet, you know, they go out and learn at a very young age. You know, just so they've got that sort of knowledge. You know, there's hazardous things in the country. There's deadly animals. Somebody gets bit by a snake. You know, and the younger kids are trained and shown how to use a car and how to get them, you know, some help and things like that. So the reason they obviously put those laws in is because it's a much more dangerous place, and it's less land. Less land being covered, not being watched as much. Things like that. Like unlike us, we're being watched all the time, constantly. Probably 3/4 of the country there is just land.
I can see that you're quite personal about this, but why are you being so personal? How would any restrictions affect you personally?
Oh, I work. I drive. So I drive late at night. I deliver for a pizza company. Okay. And, you know, for me not to be able to drive at night restricts instantly what I can do. You know, I'll be out of a job. It's really unfair. Personally, a social life. I'm a teenager. I like to stay out late. You know, go out with friends and stuff. It's like being given a curfew again at home. You know, being in bed. You know, at 11 o'clock. Yeah. You know, lights out. It's really unfair. It's horrible.
What pizza company do you work for?
Domino's.
When you said that you broke down when you was working, if you worked for Domino's, did you eat the pizzas?
I'd like to say I didn't, but
you can't let them go cold.
I was there for 2.5 hours. I was hungry.
I mean, like when you're tearful and some people eat when they get sad and everything. Was you just keep taking a bite and the tear?
I opened the bag, opened the box, the small tears as I ate, and then I thought, well, I know Domino's money.
Does your car smell like pizzas?
Always, constantly. I can't get the smell out.
Oh my God, that sounds like a dream car. What do you think about using things like the black box to highlight your performance? Do you think that would be better rather than implementing that we've got to have restrictions?
Yeah, I think it's really fair. It's a really fair thing to do. But it should be choice mattered. You know, if I choose to be watched and somebody to look at, you know, see how I drive and things like that, it should be my choice. It shouldn't be something that's got to happen to every single young driver. It's the black box scheme. It's really good. You know, it measures how fast you accelerate, your corner, and your braking, everything about how you drive. So I think it's a really fair thing to put on. I do agree, and it affects insurance a lot. It really helps insurance.
I don't know if you've ever heard about the
poster disagrees.
Yeah, I know. I wonder what the noise was, and it just started peeling. But I don't know if you've ever heard of the Pass Plus scheme, but do you think that all young drivers should have to take it, or? I personally think it's a good thing because it can lower the insurance.
It is. I think it should be a really, really highly recommended thing. It really doesn't agree with me, but it should be a really highly recommended thing. It should be pushed at the young driver. It does cost more to take, but at the same time, it's given us more. You know, it's given us as young drivers a bit more confidence, a bit more experience, and just so other older generation can look at us and think, hey, he's taking his Pass Plus. You know, that means there's, you know, a better driver. He's been taught better.
Do you think it would help with situations like motorway driving?
Yeah, it would, because in the motorway it's a horrible place. I personally hate the motorway.
Oh, there we go.
So does the poster. Well, personally, you never encounter anything like that on the motorway, but if you did, it would be quite scary. But it's knowing, you've taken your Pass Plus and things like that, and you've done all that. Motorway driving, like I said, it's a horrible place to be. I don't like it. I dislike it. It's the most dangerous place to be. And I think with those extra bits of experience, things like that, it's a really good place to go.
But if these restrictions were applied to a different age group, would your opinions change on this matter?
No, I still don't find it fair. If it was pushed towards like 30 to 39-year-olds have to have this curfew, it'll just affect the economy. I reckon. People work at those times of night. It's just really, really unfair. No matter what age group you are, it's a really unfair matter unless you choose to have those curfews put onto you.
Also, this ties into Road Safety Week, which is the week we have a special feature with Chloe Johnson on road safety. Here's the VT.
This week is Road Safety Week. I'm here at West Knox College to talk to a few students about road safety awareness. Have you ever been in a road accident?
No.
Have you seen or do you know someone who has?
Yeah, I know someone at school.
What effects did it have on the person, do you know?
They were more aware when crossing roads, etc.
Yeah. What can an accident affect a person? So like the injuries that they could suffer from?
Well, I think he injured his legs, so he had to walk around on crutches for quite a while. So yeah, it does affect mobility, I suppose.
Yeah. Do you know the seriousness and consequences if road safety isn't listened to?
Yeah, well, him as an example, that's what could happen to you.
Yeah. Have you ever been in a road accident?
Yes, 2.
What were they?
One, I got hit by a car near Wally's, and the second one was one at KFC, where I got over.
How did they affect you?
Well, I now limp a bit in the cold because my knee is messed up. My ankle, I broke my ankle when I got one over near KFC, and it hurts in the cold, ever.
How can an accident affect a person in general?
I think it could, if it's a major accident, it can traumatise people, make them scared of the road.
Do you know the seriousness and consequences if road safety isn't listened to?
Yes, if it's a driver, you can get banned for it, driving. If it's a person, then you'll be killed, so you have nothing left.
I'm here with Matt Burnham. Have you ever been in a road accident?
I have.
What was it?
It was a car accident.
How did it affect you?
I couldn't walk for like a couple of days, but that's sort of it, really.
How can an accident affect a person in general?
It can make them wheelchair bound and just leave them less accessed than they were.
Do you know the seriousness and consequences if road safety isn't listened
I
to?
know a few of the things. Some of them can be, you can die, brain damage, and as I said, wheelchair bound, stuff like that really.
So we've learned that a lot of students from the Vision Create know a lot about road safety. That's it from me. Back to Alex in the studio.
Thanks for that, Chloe. And by magic, the poster is back. That's live TV for you guys. That is live TV. So Ben, why do you think young people have to face restrictions after paying all that money? Like when you do a maths exam, you do your maths exam, you pass it, or you fail it. Hopefully you pass it, and they don't say to you for a year, you can't do fractions, you can't do percentages. Like, what, do you think this restriction should apply because,
I think they just want to close young people down more. They don't want us out, do they? Personally, I don't think the government wants us on the streets if they could help it. As well, I think it's more so we can kind of be watched a bit more.
Yeah.
If they get rid of us from the hours of 11 till 4 a.m. as young drivers, they don't have to worry about us. So I think, the restrictions. I think they're trying to mean the best for the restrictions, but they're just going about it wrong. They're not getting the opinions of the young drivers.
But from the article that we got from the BBC, it said in there that they want young drivers to drive for at least 12 months with lessons before taking a test. I mean, that's going to I think we worked it out. It's going to cost around £2,000 just on lessons. That's no test. That's no theory. I mean, it's quite a lot, isn't it? I mean, you already pay enough for your insurance and your car and fuel and stuff like that, but...
Yeah, if you probably added up everything that I've paid over £4,000 to £5,000, in between £4,000 and £5,000. I mean, if I had to take it for the entire year, it did take me 10 months to pass. I had a couple months gap in between, but 12 months, it's just really, I don't think a young person would be able to afford that. And some parents would definitely not be able to afford that. I mean, I paid all my own things, but that's because I was getting money off the government.
What makes older drivers think that they're safer anyway?
I don't know. I guess they think, oh, more experience, despite how less tests were taken in the past. You know, they just think, oh, they're older, they'll be safer, but they're not. I know older people who speed at 40 in a 30 zone comfortably.
Yeah, and you said that you basically, I don't know why I said you basically, but you said that you work at Domino's.
Yeah.
How much discount do you get?
I get 50% off of everything except for ice cream.
And what are you doing at dinner?
What am I doing at dinner? I'm probably going to go down to Domino's. Bring everybody back here some pizza.
You, sir, are a gentleman. Well, that's all we've got time for this week. I'd like to thank my guests and the band Inspector Ross. Now, I would like to welcome Inspector Ross to the end the show with their own version of the songs. Take it away, guys.
This lonely road, searching for everything I owned. You gave me the crown, though I let you down. There's so many ways to apologize. Which way's up and which way's right? Is there a price to save a life? Is there another way to try? I just don't know. You sink into the sand. Now you've gone, there's no more chance. I miss you, I need you, you're not there. All I want is to say your name again.
That was amazing. Thank you, Inspector Ross, for playing. Thank you, Ben, for coming on the show. And thank you to my live audience. Just thank you to everybody. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.